When you consider Hashem as a father, as a mother, He will be next to you.
Good evening. I hope you're okay, Baruch Hashem. I would like to wish you a good week. And I would like just to say thank you for all those who came for the dinner that we did for the Bnei Torah, for those who study Torah. All those who came to give us encouragement. They are following the steps of our grandfathers. You know, to support the Torah, it's not easy. To support the Torah, it's so difficult. And those days that the Torah, it's not everybody wants to study Torah. There is too much bad influence in the street. And anyway, all those who can support and study Torah, so they live for the generation to come a heritage. Special thank you and blessing that you came on Saturday night, Motzei Shabbat, only to help your brothers who study Torah. This is the way how to follow the step of Hashem. You know, when the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed and we left Israel, Eretz Israel, we left our land and we went to exile. The only way and the only place, the only way to find Hashem and the only place where Hashem can be, only where there is people who study Torah. One day, we went to Beit HaMikdash, and that day, we used to go 3 times a year, or every time that we have to go to the temple, and we saw there a lot of miracles. And since then, unfortunately, the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed. And there is no feeling of Hashem. We don't feel, only there we used to feel Hashem, but thanks God, Baruch Hashem. Hashem gave us the opportunity to feel Him, to find Him where there is Torah. Anywhere when there is a man who supports Torah and support place where there is Torah, he brings Hashem there. Can you imagine that? The more there is people who study Torah, the more the presence of Hashem, you can feel it. Because Hashem, to feel Hashem, it's by degrees. It's like if you want to put the heat on, there is degrees. How much warm you want the house. How much warm you want to feel from Hashem. How much? According to what you invest, you feel. My friend, all those who help the study of the Torah one day, after 120 years, will find Hashem. And there Hashem will tell me what you've been doing in this world. So you will tell him, I did this, and I did that, and I did this, and I did that. And then Hashem will start to look all the papers, all the books that they've been writing about you all your life. You know what the Pirkei Avot said? עין רואה, אוזן שומעת, וכל מעשיך בספר נכתבים. Whatever you do here, in this world, you are watched. Whatever you see, they hear what you say. Whatever you do, it's written. Can you imagine if you live 80 years, or 90 years, or 100 years, or 120 years? Can you imagine how many thousands of millions of books? Do you imagine if you want to write all what you've been doing only one day, by minute or by second? You need a book a day. So all those books, they're going to watch them, they're going to see them, then they look up what you've been doing. And then probably Hashem will tell you, hey sir, you know, you built 10 yeshivot, you built 20 mikvaot, you built a lot of schools, a lot of kolelim. And then you will say to Hashem, Hashem, I think it's you're not really, it's a mistake. I mean, it's not me. I never built a yeshiva. I never built a mikveh. I'm the wrong man. I think maybe you have another names. Maybe somebody else. Not me. And Hashem will say, no, it's you. I have your name. And I saw you. If Hashem say he saw you, I saw you building. Yes, you have yeshivot. Yes, you have mikvaot. Yes. You have a lot of yeshivot. You have thousands of students of Torah that you supported. Then you will not understand. Then Hashem will tell you, you open up a mikveh here, a yeshiva there, bam, 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 bam. Then Hashem will tell you, you know, by helping somebody who studied Torah, by helping a yeshiva, it's like you built it. You become a partner to that yeshiva. Because all those places of Torah, how they can exist? Only through you, through people who help them, who support them. So you become an actionnaire, you become a partner of those. Can you imagine that, my friend? If you help, you support those places, you are a partner. Yes, sir, you're a partner. There is a beautiful story about Reb Chaim Volozhin. Reb Chaim Volozhin, one day, he was preparing a shiur, and then he has a lecture to say, and he forgot some answers that he needed for his lecture, and he was in a big problem because a lot of people, they were expecting him to give a speech, and they had a problem. He did not know what to tell them. He was very, very shocked. At the end, he said, well, maybe I will postpone my speech. And he went to bed. And then he had a dream, the tailor of Vilna. He was a tailor. And he told him, Rabbi, I see your face, you're not happy. You don't have a happy face. Always you are smiling, And now you don't smile. There is a problem. Do you have a problem? So Rab Chaim Volozhin, they tell him, no, it's okay. How are you, by the way? I see that since 2 years that you die, I see that you look so well. He said, yes, I'm very, very fine here. So he told him, but are you here in the paradise, in Gan Eden? I see that you have clothes like a big rabbis. He said, so the Tailor said to Rab Chaim Volozhin, before we discuss, can you tell me your questions that you have, that they bother you, and because of them you cannot give a speech? So Rab Chaim Volozhin told him, even if I tell you, can you understand them? You will not understand them. So, I don't need to tell you. So the Tailor said, please, don't think that I will not answer them. Maybe I can answer them. So Rab Chaim Volozhin, he said, okay, I tell you my questions. This is a speech I'm supposed to give tomorrow, but because of those questions about the Torah that I have a problem, I cannot give the speech. So once Rab Chaim Volozhin told him the questions, the Tailor said, it's easy. Here's the answers. And he gave him the answers. So Rab Chaim Volozhin told him, how do you know them? I know you from Vilna. You were just a normal man. You never went to the yeshiva. You never studied Torah. Even the tefillah, you to pray, hardly if you know how to pray. How do you know all this? He said, well, when I was alive, I used to support the Torah. I used to take for my living, and I share my money with those who study Torah. So when I came here, so they saw that I was supporting the Torah, so they told me, because you supported the Torah, you become a partner with those who study Torah. So they teach me the whole Torah. My friends, you have to know one thing. Up there is no joke. Up there is no food. There is no pleasures. There is no cinema. There is no telephones. There is no smart telephones. There is nothing. There is no money, no food, no bars, no cholent, no dafina, no food, nothing. But up there, 1 hour of pleasure up there is like millions of years of full play of pleasure in this earth. Only 1 hour. But we don't know. We've never been there. We don't know what kind of pleasure there. What one thing I tell you, I can imagine what it is, the pleasure up there. For me, the pleasure up there is that you're sitting next to Hashem. You will discover the reality, the truth, and then you will have the full pleasure to understand the Torah. Ta'amur Kitov Hashem, I'm telling you, when this earth, you understand the Torah, the pleasure that you have has no price. Has no price. I would like just to tell you something. Something that happened today. Today I was in Geneva, and I want to see somebody that for 3 years he is not well. He's paralyzed, he can't talk, he can't speak, he can't move, he cannot eat, he's lying on bed. And I want to see him a few times. And I remember, before Rosh Hashanah, I want to see him. And then I ask his brother to bring somebody to blow the shofar. For me, it was very important for him to listen to the shofar. And that's what they did. And you know what happened? It happened that I heard that suddenly this man, he started to become a little bit better. And today I want to see him. I was shocked to see him sit in a wheelchair with his clothes, his shoes, and his suit. And he was reading the newspaper, and he was talking. I do not understand. I was so pleased to see that. I said to myself, you see, when Hashem wants to do something, he do it. When Hashem wants to give health to somebody, he do it. For me, that was a pleasure to see that kind of miracle. Well, Baruch Hashem, he's better now. He's not 100%. He's, let's say, 30% healthy. 30, but it's 30%, it's a lot. To be sitting, to eat, to talk. He doesn't talk 100%, but he can talk. It's a pleasure. Can you imagine a man who wins the lotto? What happiness he has. What? He is dreaming. Wow, I won 200 millions of euros. Wow, what am I going to do with them? Can you imagine? Just imagine how much happy he is. Finito. Finish. All the miserable days. He's going to start now all good new days. He's going to be very, very happy. But for how long? For how long? He's happy the first time he won the lotto. But after, problems. He doesn't know what to do with it, where to invest them. And other people, they talk about him. They call him, please lend me some money. Please give me some money. And then he was quiet before, now he's not quiet anymore. He doesn't know what to do with it. And then, even if he knows what to do with it, would he take them with him up there? No. Then he will start to be miserable. All the rich people I know, they are miserable. The only one that is not miserable, the one who studied Torah, do mitzvot, keep Shabbat, and have the pleasure to do a mitzvah. Yes, I'm telling you. For sure, I'm not telling you something silly, something wrong. I know what I'm telling you. This is the truth. This is the emet. We never saw somebody who kept Shabbat that he will be sorry why he did it. I'm telling you, people are happy the first day that they won the lotto. After that's it, the problems. They will not tell you why I win. No, but problems. What to do with it? The Torah is more than making money. The pleasure of the Torah. So can you imagine up there, the pleasure that you have there? When you study Torah up there, you understand it, this is the pleasure. So can you imagine the style of what he answered to Abraham Volozhin? Every time I made money, I share it with those who study Torah. I mean, if you are convinced that after 120 years there is nothing can take with you from here, but you can only find things there after 120 years. What can we find? The good things that you did here. I remember one day Mr. Rappaport from Geneva, may his soul rest in peace. One day I went with him in his private plane from Geneva. I think it's about 15 years ago, or 20 years ago, from Geneva to Israel. And he was reading some books of Torah in the plane. And I was very impressed by him because I thought that this man in the plane, he has a desk, an office, busy with banks, with business. And I saw him relaxing and reading Torah. And I was very, very impressed. And then I told him, Mr. Rappaport, I'm very, very proud of you. That you study Torah. That even that you are a man, or a businessman, but always you find time to study Torah. You know what he told me? He told me, I would like to tell you, Rabbi David, why I enjoy every time I have to study Torah. I told him, tell me. He told me, he said, one day, I was invited in Haifa for the inauguration of the bus station. So, because I give some money, I was the sponsors of the bus station, Haifa bus station. So I went there for the inauguration, and then I saw a man who was waiting for the bus, and he was reading Tehillim. And I went to tell him, good morning, sir, because he was with white beard. So I wanted to just have a little talk with him. And I told him, good morning. And he looked at me. He said, you are Mr. Rappaport. So I told him, yes, how do you know? He said, well, I am from Haifa. I saw your picture in the newspaper. And they said that you're going to be here today for the inauguration. So, congratulations, he told me, that man. So Mr. Rappaport asked him one question. He told him, why do you read Tehillim outside the synagogue or outside the street? Why you don't do the prayer when you are in the synagogue in the house? I mean, it was a silly question, Mr. Rappaport told me. But he said, maybe it's from Hashem they ask him that kind of question. So that man answered me, Mr. Rappaport, you are a rich man, but let me tell you a story. After 120 years, you will go up there. What you will bring there? What you will bring with you? Your money? They don't accept your money. You cannot even take your money with you. What you will take with you? A checkbook? A bank checkbook? Up there, they don't want check. They don't want money. They want receipt. If you did mitzvot, you have a receipt. There, you cannot buy. You can only buy here. There, you can do mitzvot. The only place where you can do mitzvot, it's only here. Up there, they give you the reward. So you see, Mr. Rappaport, that old man told him, every time I have some time, I study Torah. Because this is the only thing that I will take with me. Mr. Rappaport, would you take with you the bus station? Would you take with you the buses? No. You will take with you only receipts, mitzvot. When you do a mitzvah, you get a receipt. And this receipt is up there. It's a receipt. Mr. X did a mitzvah. So you see, so he told me, Rabbi David, since that day, that old man at the bus station, Haifa bus station, told me, give me that lesson. From that time, I take every opportunity to study Torah and to help those who study Torah. when we listen stories like this, we have to run to support those who study Torah. So, by this, the merit, by the zechut of that, we will have this opportunity to be the partners after 120 years. You know, last week, and I would like that we start this shiur. I forgot, I should have started the shiur with this question, but I forgot. But I would like really to ask a question. And the parasha of Vaychi, it's amazing that there is there Yaakov Avinu, when he blessed his children, it's fantastic, it's fabulous. He blessed his children and then he chose Zivulon and Issachar. Zivulon and Issachar. He gave a blessing to Zivulon. Zivulon, you will be the man, the sponsors of Issachar. That means you go to work, and Issachar will study Torah, and you will share your money with him. I mean, can you imagine what kind of business this is? I work, and he's sitting. I work in the market, in the cold weather. I fly. I don't sleep. I suffer. For this man, he's sitting in a warm shul, and he's learning Torah. He's with his wife, his children, and I am away from my wife, my children, and I share my money with him. How it's possible? How it's possible? What kind of partnership is this? I work, I suffer, I sweat when I work, and this man is eating, he's drinking, and he's my partner. I don't understand what kind of, and why it's Yaakov Avinu who said that. Smach Zivulon b'tzetcha v'Yisachar be'olecha. Zivulon, you be happy, join yourself. Smach Zivulon. Good luck, Zivulon. Do good business. Whatever you do, don't forget Issachar. Yesh schar, there is a reward. Issachar, that means there is a reward. That means Zvulon, by helping me, you have a reward. How do you understand this? And who said that? It's Yaakov Avinu. My friend, I would like just to tell you this. Yaakov Avinu, he was the one that most of his life, he suffered. He was the one that always he was in the Beit HaMidrash studying Torah. Yaakov Ishtam Yoshev Ohalim. Always Yaakov Avinu, he was the symbol of the Torah. When we talk about Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, each one has a quality. Abraham is chesed, to do good things. Yitzhak, it's avodah, to pray, and Yaakov to study Torah. The Torah. Yaakov understood that to study Torah without food, it's impossible. You need to eat. If you want to be a good Jew, for those people who choose their life to study Torah, they need somebody to sponsor them. So Yaakov Avinu Alav Shalom, he understood that because Yaakov Avinu was all his life, Yaakov Ishtam Yushevu Alim. Yaakov Avinu, he was very lucky because Yitzhak was very rich. So he could sit, Yaakov could sit and learn Torah and study Torah well because he has no problem. But Yaakov started to think, what about those who has no rich papa, rich father? What about those who are very poor people? Who will support them? So there is Smach, Zivulon Betzetcha. Zvulon, you're the man. Anyway, you have to work. Anyway, it's hard for you to sit and study Torah. So why not have a partner? One day you will die. One day you will go up there. You will not take with you the money. So what's your purpose in this world? Just to work? Just to eat, to sleep, and work? So I have a solution for you. The solution is go to work, enjoy work, eat well, have a good house, have a good furniture, have a good car. Don't forget those who study Torah. Because after 120 years, you will, once you arrive there, you will miss all the enjoyment, all the pleasures that you had here. And up there, what you will have, nothing. So I have a solution for you, Yaakov said. Up there you can have a good pleasure. How? Easy. By supporting those who study Torah. So you will not miss nothing. My friend, Zvulun, of course, if he understands, he will go, he will be happy. He will be happy, Zvulun. Smach Zvulun Betzetcha. I mean, Zvulun, he understand. He realize that after 120 years, he will not take with him the money. So, what he will be doing there? He will be bored. What kind of pleasure? Here he has everything. Zvulun is happy. There is a solution. Yaakov's solution. Partnership with Yisachar. If you do the partnership with Yisachar, yesh schar, there is a reward after. There is a pleasure after. Oh, I have a good shutaf. I have a good partner now. He sits, learn Torah, and I sit. And I go to work. My friend, I would like just to mention to you something. How much each one of us must understand, must realize one thing. How much every one of us can realize what it is, the beauty of the Torah. The Baal Nefesh Haim, he said, והאמת בלתי שיש ספק כלל שאם היה העולם כולו מקצה עד קצהו פנוי חשוב של אף רגע אחת ממש מהעשירית שלנו בתורה כרגע היו נחרבים כל העולמות העליונים ותחתונים והיו לאפס ותוהו חס ושלום. גם בעל נפש חיים said, if just God forbid the world will be empty from Torah for 1 minute, the world will be destroyed. You cannot imagine that. I mean, you will say that to somebody, he will not understand you. He will think you are crazy. You will think you are crazy. What does that mean? If I don't study, if the world for 1 minute there is nobody studying Torah, the world it's in danger. What's that? Well, my friend, this is the truth. This is the truth. קודשה בריחו הסתכל באורייתו ברע על מה the Zohar said. הקדוש ברוך הוא, he looked at the word and he created the word. He looked at the Torah and he created the word. He looked at the Torah. Yes, sir. He looked at the Torah. And Hashem created the world. It's like an architect that he see the plan, the plan that he prepared to build. The plan to build the world was the Torah for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. A lot of times people, they ask me, Rabbi David, why Torah? Why? I mean, what's that Torah? Why? Well, the answer is, the only way that a man can connect himself to Hashem is only through Torah. I mean, people knows what it is money. They know with money they can do anything they want. They can buy houses, plane, they can buy anything they want. But they don't realize with the Torah what they can do. Because they never give a damn a chance to the Torah. What is this Torah? They don't give a chance. Yes, my friends. Yes. You know, I see the Rabbi Michael Yehuda Levkovich, he bring what Rabbi Yaakov Amdin, he said that since the destruction of the Beit HaMikdash, for me, he said, Rabbi Yaakov Amdin, I saw a lot of miracles. And all the miracles that the Torah said, they are nothing to compare the big miracle that I see every day, Rabbi Yaakov said. More than any miracles, the Jewish nation, the Jewish people, with all the Shoah that we had since the destruction of the temple, since we went to exile from Eretz Israel, from our land. What a miracle. How many thousands of nations disappear, and the Jewish nation still. How many people like Hitler, they wanted to kill us. They wanted to destroy us. And Am Israel Hai. What this is, Rabbi Yaakov Amdin said, this is the big miracle. He's right. Baruch Hashem. And I add something. You know why? What it is the miracle? The miracle is that the Torah, it's not easy. To respect Torah mitzvot, it's not easy. It's very hard. And thanks God, Baruch Hashem, we do our best to respect it. Can you imagine? It's incredible. There is some people who told me, Rabbi, I don't make a lot of money, but because I cannot study Torah, accept this money for those who study Torah. My friend, when Hashem gave the Torah, before Hashem gave the Torah, Hashem said to Moshe, כה תאמר לבית יעקב, ותגיד לבית ישראל. Moshe, before I give the Torah, please make sure that the women, they will understand the meaning of the Torah, what it is the Torah, because only the woman can give the education to the children. Because the man, he work, he's busy. The woman remain at home. She take care of the children. You're a woman. Because of you we are here. Yes. Can you imagine how much effort women do, mothers, they do for the education of their children. And if they don't do, how much they can lose. Today, a woman came and she was crying, telling me, please, Rabbi David, give a good bracha for my children to be good Jewish people with religion, that they always will be religious. I saw a lot of rabbis mentioned that most of the big rabbis, big tzaddikim, why they become big tzaddikim? Because their mother, they give a good Jewish education, and they pray when they light the candles of Shabbos, and they cry, please Hashem, I want my child to be a good Jew. There was a story about a beautiful story. There was a boy that he was not accepted in one yeshiva. They wanted to throw him out. So the mother came to the rabbi. He said, please, Rabbi, don't throw him from the yeshiva. Please, keep him. And the rabbi said, no, we cannot keep him. So please, Rabbi, why? Because he did that and that and that. He did some bad things. Please, Rabbi, wait, tell me. If you would tell me, I would pray and cry more to Hashem that my child will be better. It's your fault. And you know, when the rabbi heard this, he said to her, you're right. It's my fault, I didn't tell you. So now go, I will take him, I will keep him, and go and pray to Hashem that your child will be a good boy. And today this child becomes a big rabbi. Yes. My friend, all of us should know and I would like you to do this beautiful parasha of Yosef HaTzadik, that he was sold by his brothers, and he remained a big tzaddik in Egypt. You know why? The education that he received from his mother, Rachel, Bilhah, his father, Yaakov, that helped him to support himself in Egypt. It's so easy to live among Reshaim and to stay tzaddik. It's not easy. It's not easy. But when you are convinced, when you have a good education, and you are convinced this is the way, there is Hashem, there is only HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and if I do this, I will be against Hashem. This is not the will of Hashem. This is not the kavod to do that to Hashem. No. So, Yaakov Avinu teach his son how to act, how to behave. My friend, can you imagine in the parasha of this week, Ve'ele Shemot Bnei Israel. This is the names of the Jews of Israel. And this parasha as well, we're talking about the death of Yosef. The question is, why the Torah has to repeat again the names of the children of Israel? And why the Torah has to repeat again the death of Yosef? And we said once that the beginning of the Torah talked about the creation of the world. The question is, Rashi asked a question, the Torah is supposed to talk about mitzvot, about Torah. Why the Torah tell us stories? So Rashi gave an answer. The Torah started by stories because these stories are Torah. It's very important that if tomorrow the nation will come to the Jewish people and they will tell them, hey, who are you that you talk the land of Canaan? You stole the land of Canaan from the Canaanim. So you will answer them, no, we did not steal nothing. The land belonged to Hashem. And Hashem, He decides who to give it. And when He give, He don't give forever. Hashem, He give it only with conditions. He give it to the Canaanim, and then He took it from the Canaanim, He give it to the Jews, with condition. If they respect Torah mitzvot. If they don't respect Torah mitzvot, they will go to exile. This is the answer. So this is very important for us to know that a Jew, he should always have an answer. And that's why the Torah talk about the creation of the world instead of talking about mitzvah that the Jewish has to do. No. The Torah should talk in stories. Because the stories, you learn a lot of things from the stories. That Hashem created the world for those who study Torah. Bereshit. Bereshit is in the beginning. Bet Reshit. There is two Reshit. The Torah and the Jews. Hashem created them before the creation of the world. And the creation of the world was for them. That they will receive Torah and to study Torah. And it's very important for the world to know that when the Jews respect Torah, the land belongs to them. When they don't respect Torah, the land does not belong to them. It's with one condition. The Torah repeats, this is the names of the Jews. Why the Torah repeats, this is the name of the Jews? It's like an answer of the question, why the Torah started to talk about the creation of the world? Why the Torah will not talk about mitzvot? The answer is, Hashem created the world only for those who will receive the Torah. This is the answer. That's why the Torah starts with the creation of the world. Hashem created the world for those who are going to receive the Torah. Ve'ele Shemot Bnei Israel. That's why the Torah talk again in Shemot. Repeat the names of the children of Yaakov. Why the Torah repeat? The Torah repeat because now the Jewish people, they started the exile. Because from the creation of the world till Avraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, there was not a family that from them Hashem will build a nation. till Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov came. When they came, Hashem decided from them to build a nation. And where he built it? Outside Eretz Canaan, in Egypt. Ve'ele, that's why the Torah has. All the times that the Torah repeat the names of the children of Yaakov, it was only for some reasons. But now, Ele, this is. That means Hashem created the word for those, for this. HaKadosh Baruch Hu He made the Jews suffer a lot in Egypt. Those ve'ele, those children of Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, now they're in exile, now they're in exile. Those, for them, Hashem created the world. So that a Jew can resist all the temptation, all the bad influence, he needs to suffer. You know, if you want to do equipment, you have to put them in the fire till it become red, burning red, and then you take the hammer, bam, because the steel is very, very hard to break it or to turn it. The only way to turn it, only through fire and a hammer. This is, and then you can do with it anything you want. The fire is the Torah. The hammer is this all kind of Shoah, all kind of sufferance. Only through Torah a Jew can be strong. And getting strong and strong. Hashem said, only through being in Egypt and suffering in Egypt, and the Jewish people, they will resist all the sufferance of the Egyptian and remain Jew. That's a way to receive the Torah. This is a step to receive the Torah. So that was worth it that I created the world only for them. Now you understand, after that all the Torah repeat again, that Yosef and all his brothers, they died. Because the Torah want to mention even that Yosef died, and even that the Shvatim, his brothers, died, the Bnei Israel, they remained good Jew. The education that they receive from Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, and the Shvatim, that was strong enough for them to remain good Jew. Yosef died, all that generation, and the Jewish people remained strong in Emunah. They did not change their language, their clothes, their name. Ele Shemot, this is the names. That mean, now this is the purpose. Now we understand why Hashem created the world. For those. With the merit of those. Even that all the Shvatim die, those are alive. Those they carry on the steps of their parents. Until They left Egypt and they received the Torah. It was very important for Hashem that this nation of Jewish people that they were in Egypt suffering there will not change their name, their clothes, their language, and to steal what they are. That was a Kiddush Hashem. That means how much strong education they receive. Even that the parent died, pass away, they remained. So, Be'ele Shemot, the first book was the creation of the world. The second book, this is the names for those that we're going to mention their names. For their zechut, the world was created. And we are those who continue. So I would like to wish you a good week. Thank you for supporting the Torah. Anyone who supports the Torah, he become a partnership of the remaining of the world that he will not collapse. God bless you. Have a good week.
العيالات صغرتو على ربي دافيد بنتو